Hello, my name is Paul Long, trusted business lender for the South Sound in Tacoma, Washington.
And I'm Greg Martin, the Entrepreneur's Banker in Bryan, College Station, Texas.
And we are two bankers getting together to help educate small business in America. And we're going to share with you how we see it. In this episode, we're going to talk about how important it is having accurate financial statements throughout the year. Now, both Greg and I have seen this time and time again. Mr. Customer, I need to see your current profit and loss and balance sheet. Sometimes I'll hear, what's a profit and loss? Or sometimes I'll hear, what's a balance sheet? But hypothetically, let's say it's September. And they say, well, I haven't gotten a P&L and balance sheet from my bookkeeper since about February. What?
Okay.
I don't know what to say. So, how do you run your business? Greg, why don't you tell us a story?
Well, unfortunately, I've got a bad story, and this wasn't a client of mine, but it was someone that I talked to at one point in time, and it was a company that had a very, very good year the previous year. But you're right. So this was about August, September time. They hadn't gotten anything updated. They had gone ahead and they'd signed another large project, another large contract, and had gotten a sizable down payment. So when you look at the last year's tax returns, okay, they make money, and then when you look at their bank account, okay, you've got a lot of cash. So those are really, really positive. But I asked for updated financial statements. They couldn't provide them. They said they didn't operate that way. They just kind of been managing their business that way for the last 10 years, and they didn't see the point in paying for financial statements. And I said, okay, well, I understand, but unfortunately, I can't help you out. Well, there was another bank that came along and provided some financing for this large piece of equipment. The problem is that when you actually did get updated financials, that one large deposit that they had, that job got canceled, and so the client had to give the cash back. And without that one large job, they didn't have cash flow in order to be able to generate profit to pay the loan back. So they actually had to sell the equipment at a loss and then had to pay the difference. And all because they didn't understand, or the bankers didn't help them understand the importance of knowing where your position is from the day to day. Because without current financials, you don't know the health of your business.
Absolutely. That's why you should have a bookkeeper, and a good bookkeeper. And if they can't provide those in a timely manner, it's time to find someone, even if it's your mother, your cousin, or whatever. You got a business to run. That's super scary.
That's paramount. But Paul, I've even heard that Intuit is getting into the bookkeeping world. So talk about automated. You already take a picture of a receipt and it automatically goes in there. So honestly, speaking completely honestly to Mr. and Mrs. Entrepreneur, you saying it's too expensive to have that, I would argue it's too expensive not to know where you are.
I completely agree. And one thing that I get asked often is, what do you see when you actually pull up these financials? What is it as you as a banker? What are you looking for? And what I usually do is I'll pull the balance sheet, and the first thing I'm going to look at is if they're cash versus accrual accounting. Well, if that's foreign to you, go back to one of our previous videos and you'll learn more about cash versus accrual accounting.
Yeah.
But I want to look at their cash position. I want to look at their accounts receivable and their accounts payable. And I want to make sure that their accounts receivable is more than their accounts payable. I want to take a look at their debt. I want to see, is it a little? Is it a lot? And what is it compared to their overall sales? Are they really leveraged or not? And what kind of equipment? Is it fully depreciated equipment? Is it long-term assets that have long useful life? What is it? That's pretty much what I look for on a balance sheet. Now, Greg, what do you look at on a P&L, profit and loss?
Well, just real quick, on the P&L, there's a couple things. One, we look to see if there's profit. You got to have income dropping to the bottom line. It doesn't matter if you have revenues of $100 million. If you don't make anything, then that's not the point. And then we kind of look at the major expenses. Are your inventory, your employees, your rent, stuff like that. And then, quite frankly, we kind of line a couple of them up and kind of see what are the trends. And I think that's a great opportunity for us to maybe dive into a little bit more and to maybe even talk about some specific industries. So if you're interested in that, then definitely hang on and check out some of our other videos.
Absolutely. So we thank you all for watching. And if you'd like to learn more about some of the other topics we talk about, make sure to visit our websites. Mine is paultlong.com and Greg is theentrepreneursbanker.com. And we look forward to seeing you on another future episode. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.